Hey guys, this is the Pisces August 2018 reading. It's a general reading. Just a quick things before I get started on the reading. Normal drill type stuff. All, some, or none of this may apply. Apply it as necessary to your life. If it doesn't fit, don't try to fit it. I may put this as love. It could be career. It could be children. It could be partnerships. Okay. I may be reading this as it's you, and it could be somebody else. This energy could have happened. It may be happening now. It might happen in the future. Sorry, I'm trying to fix this. I don't know. We know how this works. If it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. Just apply it where necessary. If it does, just, I don't know. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus of Pisces, or if you're just drawn to this video, or if you have a significant amount of Pisces in your chart. It could be for cross watchers too. I would recommend that you watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, maybe even where your Jupiter is, to get kind of more of a complete picture, or especially if this doesn't resonate with you. I'm sorry guys, this is just really annoying me. It's like I checked all this and then all of a sudden it's not where it needs to be, so bear with me a second. Okay. I'm so glad that this energy is different than last month's energy, at least for who I'm connected to, like which Pisces I'm connecting to. Either it's the same or the different ones, whatever, but those ones really worked through a lot of stuff. And it seems like you guys did, or you're just realizing it and you're tired of it or whatever, because, I mean, it looks like your energy is just fed up, or you see, there's a lot of seeing the truth, like seeing reality. I don't know if something happened to cause that, or if it was just from you going in and diving deep like we did last month, and you seeing, you know, certain wounds you had, and maybe why you were allowing certain things to be in your life, or even creating those things to be in your life. I'm not sure, but it seems like Pisces is like, they've had enough. Or someone's had enough of Pisces, one or the other. I'm going to read it as you guys, though. I mean, I'll just get started and show you. I kind of use different cards here, and I'm doing this in slightly a different way. So we'll just see how this goes. But what's in the core of your reading is you have peace reversed. So this is you not feeling peaceful about something, not being at ease about something. Maybe you received communication, some type of love communication, or you're waiting on receiving a love offer or love communication from somebody. Whether it's an offer, an apology, just communication, whatever. Maybe even to start something new, or a new cycle, or just even to say hi, whatever. Like basically communication. I don't know if you're waiting or wondering if you should do this with somebody else, or if you're waiting on this from somebody else, but either way, not really being at a lot of peace because of it. And, you know, this message really is telling you, like, to be, you know, peace is more needed at this time. Like, even if you have things to you're wondering about or whatever, like, nothing deserves you to be really that stuck in your head. You know what I mean? To really just get yourself overwhelmed. And if you are thinking that much about it and you don't know, then it may be a perfect time for you to kind of just sit back and stop thinking about it And just get back more in your body and let things be for a minute. You know, just go do kind of action-oriented things or earthly things, or be in nature, or go to calming things like the ocean or rivers or streams, whatever makes you feel calm, and just kind of get out of your head for a minute. Because either way, you know, you guys not being at peace with whatever's going on here isn't going to change the situation anyways. If anything, that energy could be, you know, pushing it away more. But yeah, I think you're just really waiting on either deciding whether you should reach out to somebody or somebody reach out to you, or even guidance maybe from, like, you know, your guiding team or whatever, about communication or what to do with a situation or where things are going to go forth. I get the vibe it probably is pertaining to love, because in this card there's like a lot of hearts. There's also a star card, so it's like maybe you're trying to use your intuition to know where things are going to go or are supposed to go, about some type of like direction, you know, what path should be taken, or are we going to take? Where is this going? Like, what is going on here? And because of that, you know, and you got 23, which adds up to a 5, you know, so there may be change or conflict, but because of what is going on here, you're just not really at a level of peace with what's going on. What's crossing you is you have building blocks and you have exchanging gifts. And it's weird because you have these added up would be a 9 and a 10. So it's almost like you're ascending or you're evolving towards the end of a cycle, which really is confirmed by the rest of the cards here anyways. But it's about what's going on with you right now. I don't know if I showed it to you, but I'll show you again. This is the exchanging gifts. The exchanging gifts is about, you know, what's going on right now is really showing you, it's showing you whether there's a lack of give or take in your life. It's showing you if there's a lack of it, or what it looks like, or that you do want it, like the value in that. Especially with Uranus being in Taurus. I know soon it's probably going to start to retrograde back to Aries for a little minute, but like it's shaking up what's of value to you. You know, in Taurus, one big thing about that is a value. What do you value? And you're really starting, I think, to get tired of that. Like, you know, I don't mind being here for you. I don't mind helping you out, or even absorbing some of your energy sometimes, because I know you have a hard time working through that. And, you know, you can just absorb some of that, which hopefully you're learning about your boundaries and how to cleanse yourself out if you're doing that for people. Also, hopefully you're doing it consciously and not subconsciously or without knowing unintentionally. So look into that if, you know, that applies to you. But that, you know, maybe some people like don't need that. You need to pull that back from them, and they need to go work that out for themselves, not only to spiritually and emotionally evolve themselves, but because there's no use in being a doormat. Like, you deserve to be appreciated. And if you need to like go do it for somebody else's charity work, then go do that. In the meantime, I would recommend putting it into yourself. Do a little bit of charity work, but put that time actually more into yourself. I think you guys are getting a lot of the same messages that like Tauruses are, that are really about reel back for a little bit and focus on yourself, learn about self-love. Let other people learn what your value is, because it's just not always there. And that helps you take and learn whether you need to take a new direction. And I'm not saying this in a narcissistic way, like, oh, you're not pleasing me and pull back, but in a self-love, self-respect, boundary kind of way. You know, you need to learn your worth. You need to like kind of be there more for yourself again. And I don't know, let's face it. It seems like what you're doing wasn't working for you anyways. So it's time to pull back, reevaluate, go back to the drawing board, learn who you are again, love who you are again, respect your boundaries of your energy again, and get your energy back into place and stronger again so that you now know who you are and where you're going again, which kind of upholds this building blocks card. You know, it's what's going on right now is helping you to rebuild a strong foundation, even though it seems like it might be all over the place or you're a little bit not at peace right now with what's going on. It is helping you get to a firmer foundation, because anything that's showing up that's not comfortable or is not right, it means something wasn't strong there anyways. So this is helping to show you what's not even, what's not right, what is not bringing balance and keeping balance to your life, and allowing you to either remove it, change it, reassess it, whatever. Look at the cracks in the foundation and see how you want to reassess things in your life to continue building and rebuild, or build a little bit stronger of a firmer foundation this time. It's the building blocks. It's those things that when you look back over your life that led to those things that built you to where you are. Some good, some not so good. We have to have a balance of both. This is about balance. This is very much a Six of Pentacles vibe. Balance, even give and take. It's also about being careful what you're wishing and hoping for. Can you handle what it is? Do you want a certain person in your life, and can you handle the vibes that they bring with them? Do you want to? Like, you may have it in your head and have told yourself, I really want this person. But when you really sit back and you think about everything that they have, that them and what's around them brings to people's lives, including your own, is that part upholding the story of what you're telling yourself about them? Or are you like romanticizing, like how Pisces have a tendency to do with, you know, that Neptune rose-colored glasses kind of thing? Are you romanticizing the situation to the idea where you're not reminding yourself what it's really like? What really comes along with that person or that situation or whatever it is for you that you know, are wanting but not at peace about, that you're kind of like, this is a waiting card to a lot of degree that you're waiting on or trying to figure out about. Are you just thinking of all the good things? Are you just thinking of how it's going to serve you because it makes you feel in lack and like you're not good enough, and if you just got it, that would mean that you're good enough? Like, are your childhood wounds still in there? Are there still a couple little remnants left over from last month for you to go and dive back into to make sure that you're really looking at this situation realistically? Like, do you really want this situation? Do you really want all of what it has to offer? And it may even be just right now in this cycle, in this person's situation or that person or situation cycle, they may not be able to give you what you need. To be honest, you should be focusing on giving yourself what you need, but they may not really. Or it may not be what it was. Let's say it's in the past. It may not be what it was in the past. It can never go back to that. And you're just remembering what it felt like and you're wanting that back. Either way, there's not an even give and take, I don't think, in this situation. And it's showing you that. It's trying to reassess what you really want, what you really value. It's making you really look at this situation like, what is the truth of this situation? Do I really want it? Why do I want it? How does it serve me? Are my needs the same now as they were before when I developed this desire for this thing or person? And do I still want that? Am I just stuck on a desire that I haven't reassessed for a while, and do I still want it? Is it still serving me? Or am I still thinking of it in a past kind of way, and I'm not the same, and that person or situation isn't even the same? It hasn't been serving me for a while. Are you trying to change or bring something else there that doesn't belong there, and you're trying to force it? It's like trying to force like a square peg into a round hole. You know what I mean? Like, has it not been fitting? Are you going with the path of the least resistance? Because if you've been trying for a hard time and it hasn't been working, it's not supposed to be there, or it's not supposed to be there now. Go with the path of the least resistant. Pull back, reassess this situation. something's off, it feels like. Whether it's what you really want, what they really want, what you're really thinking about it, how you're going at this, like what your approach is, how you're seeing, I think how you're seeing things is off. I think your perspective wasn't really right on. And that was either with how you saw the situation and what they were going to bring to your life, or with what they were doing and you were just lying to yourself or allowing them to lie in order to keep them around, or you were being somebody you weren't, just like out of fear to have this around you, or like, or you didn't even know you were doing that. You purely thought you wanted it. And I don't know. I think you get what I'm saying. I'm not going to keep harping on that. Either way, what is going on right now is meant to be happening. So just hopefully that gives you a little bit more peace of mind that things aren't wrong. You're kind of exactly where you're supposed to be right now. This is a situation that is helping you see things more correctly, and it's helping, it is serving as a method of a building block in your path of life. In your more distant past, you have time to go, and you have milk and honey. I think some of you walked away from somebody. Maybe you're waiting for them to reach out to you, or you just walked away from somebody that at one time made you happy, because you now see what what the deal is. Like at one time it made you happy, but it's not making you happy now. And it may not even be realistic. Or somebody walked away from you. Somebody at one time that made you happy walked away from you. Towards a new door or a new option, or a different part of their journey. Someone might have walked away because there wasn't an even give and take, and or like someone might have walked away because it wasn't making them happy anymore. Could have been a self-sabotaging kind of thing, but either way, it almost seems like they wanted, like, even though this thing made them happy at one time, whether it was you or somebody else, they either felt led or guided towards a new door or a new option, like going to a different path, or they were just curious and wanted to go check it out. I think it was more that this cycle, which they could have been guided to, but that this cycle was coming to an end. And they either felt it and left before you could, or the cycle was just coming to an end. It wasn't serving them anymore, and they left. And in the more recent past, you have the Fates card. So someone could have healed or been in a path of healing, but this situation that has happened was supposed to happen. This is for sure fated, but I don't know if this someone walking away caused the other person to, you know, maybe even have some type of perspective change or an awakening of some sort. And really more see things as they are. Like, it helped awaken them. It helped put them, like, this might have even happened literally with divine intervention. And there's a card that supports that, actually, in order to put you on your path. Like, this has like the Fates. It's like the Star card. 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. That's like divine. 7 is 2, but like spiritual. If you walked away from somebody else, it was because you were guided to. If somebody else walked away from you, it was because they were guided to. This is supposed to be happening probably for both, but at the very least, your spiritual evolution. This was to help you, put you on your path. It was to help you really probably awaken, to put you on your path, to make you really see things, to help kind of wake you up, because I just get the vibe that you weren't really seeing things properly. And you might be kind of still sad about it with this Peace card reversed and just still tore up, not realizing that this is actually for your best interest, what is going on. This is helping to grow you and shape you. It's for the better. It's for your betterment, whatever, your growth. I really think a lot of it, besides getting put on your path, it was to help you see something, because you weren't seeing it. It's like you even knew in your subconscious, like in your foundation or more distant past, this is also seen as your subconscious. I don't know if it is with everybody, but for me it is. It's like in your subconscious, like you knew that you should walk away. Like you knew this isn't serving you. This isn't making you happy. Not anymore. It's not. And it's not real. Like, look at it. It's an elephant sitting in a bowl of milk and honey with a rainbow. I mean, and that's great, and maybe in some other dimension, but it's really not real. You're not going to have an elephant that's that small sitting in a bowl. I mean, I know that's kind of a like, okay, Candice, that's a little out there thought. Like, that's obvious, but still, it is what it is. It's not real. And you knew this wasn't real. You knew you should be walking away. You knew it's not making you happy. It's not really making you happy. And it's not real. This is like a daydream. This is an illusion. And I mean, daydreaming is like right up Pisces alley. My Venus is in Pisces. I know what this is all about. And yes, there's a gift to a Pisces of seeing hope in everything. And seeing that fairy tale type of idea. But everything in life is about a balance. It's about a balance of reality with hopes and dreams. And finding that middle ground between the two. And I think you are a little bit more into hopes and dreams. And not enough of reality. And this situation was helping to help you see that. So as you go forward and those building blocks build within your journey of life, it's helping you to see that, to balance you out, to balance the energy, to balance the give and take, to balance just what is going on. Your energy underneath the deck, like I'll just go to that now, is about, not for you reversed, in the tribe reversed. And the rest of them are about like just pulling back. You got a lot of stuff about pull back your energy, rest, come back to, meditate, take time, be in yourself. But not for you reversed is about chasing someone. Like to stop chasing somebody who's trying to not be with you, or stop chasing somebody who's trying to get away from you, or doesn't see the same vision. Like, stop trying to convince them of what you see. Stop trying to show them of what you see. Sorry, forgot to put my stones into place. I always do this before I start, but I didn't do it. So, It's about not trying to constantly convince, you know, somebody else of your dream and chasing them. There's nothing romantic about chasing somebody. I mean, to some degree there is, and in the movies, and it's like, yeah, whatever. But, you know, if you're like beyond putting yourself out there to like show or let the person know, and you're just like doing it and doing it and doing it to where it's draining your energy and just not giving it back to you, and it's not making you happy, and you're like falling apart, or you're just, you know, there's a difference between making the effort to let somebody know what you think and making yourself look like completely desperate, codependent, and needy. And it's about seeing things just for what they are. I mean, not only the fact of what you're doing and what they're doing, but also the fact of whether or not, like you maybe even sitting back and being like, what am I doing? But then on top of it being like, I shouldn't even be doing it in the first place. And especially not for them. You know, like they don't deserve it. When you really take those rose-colored glasses off and you really look at them for what they are, they don't deserve it. I mean, nobody should, honestly, nobody deserves you treating yourself like that. You should be putting all that energy into yourself. But I don't think they even deserved even just a friendship. Like, I think the way that this person has been thinking about things and the way you've been thinking about things are completely different. Or they do somewhat think of the same, but because of the way you are, you allow yourself to be a doormat and they can come and go as they please. And they may even see the same thing as you to some degree, but they don't have to, because you're so desperate or so needy that they could do, like, literally do what they want. And to be honest with you, like, you have a lot of good qualities that somebody really good, like, would love to have from you. But if you are having this energy where you're just chasing somebody down, this is very much a codependent energy. And as well as this next card I'm about to get into, somebody with those attributes that you're wanting in your mind, the picture, the movie picture that you're seeing, the dream that you're seeing, a person that will uphold that is not gonna, I'm gonna be honest, is not gonna want to be around you. They're not gonna want to deal with you, because this energy that you're putting out there and attracting back is very much a codependent energy. So if you're the one, if you have, this could be flip-flop, so apply it as necessary, but if you're the one putting this energy out there, you're going to get that type of also codependent energy that is going to be on the opposite side of the energy, because it balances out the opposite side, which means you're going to get somebody who's highly narcissistic, or somebody who just is going to come in and take and leave, or not take you seriously, or not respect you because you're not respecting yourself. They're not going to see you because you're not seeing yourself. So, I mean, even the best chance with this situation anyways is what I'm saying with pulling back and going back to yourself. But some cycle has to end here, whether it's literally this whole thing going away, or whether literally it's you just leaving it in the universe, what happens, and you just ending the cycle of, you know, you kind of being a doormat and allowing things you shouldn't allow, like knowing your worth, basically. Like this, the tribe reversed, this is about you fitting in and not being yourself and not speaking your truth and not being who you really are just to fit in, just to be part of the tribe, just to feel like you belong. And this really correlates a lot to my last video, actually, like, to feel like you belong. You know, Pisces not really speaking their truth or feeling like something's wrong with them, or just absorbing other people's anger and energies, and like some, you know, just watch my last video. I'm not going to go back into all that, but this is about you being like chasing somebody else down and probably trying to convince them of what you see in your mind, and not standing up for yourself, and not being who you really are, and not being in your Empress power, just to try to convince them or make you feel like you belong. Like, what would that mean if they don't see it? Where would you be without them? And that's probably what keeps you in this needy, fearful, codependent energy. Like, can you see yourself without them? Like, what does that mean for you? And it makes you scared. I think it makes you like fearful, and it makes you sitting there while you're not at peace, and you're thinking like, it's not fair. Like, here's to be fair. You're like, it's not fair. This comes down to 11. Could be a twin flame situation. It could just be like 1 + 1, like a union. Like, you think what's going on in this union, whether, again, it could be a situation, it could be people, it could be children, it could be parents, it could be whatever, a job, is not fair what's going on. When it's reversed, it's also about seeing a situation like where, like, if somebody or something was like wronged or whatever, like, you're watching it be righted. You're either watching it be righted, or you're creating almost the justice to this. Like, this is the justice card vibe. And you feel like an injustice was done. And I think that you're getting to a point that you're seeing that you want to serve this justice. You want to see justice be served. And in a way, that's great. I feel like you're coming to your power, but I do also get a little bit of this vibe of, make sure you're just really not in a huge victim or poor me mentality. You put yourself in this situation too, all the while, you know you shouldn't have been here. You shouldn't have been there. You shouldn't have been around or doing what you were doing, and you did. So it's not totally this other person. So don't get too much of a vindictive, you know, kind of poor me attitude. Like, you're part of it too. But either way, you're wanting to right this situation. Whether you think you could cause balance, like maybe you see something now and you want to tell somebody because you see things differently now and you think you can make a difference now. Or you are... You're mad and you're wanting to tell somebody what you think. So this either caused a situation, like caused you to see something differently, or you're just mad. I do think some of you probably, because you have the Fates card here, so some of you probably did have at least a very little bit of, you know, a revelation or an awakening, at the very least a small perspective change where you see something different. It's kind of funny actually that you have the Peace card with the egg and you have the Not For You card with the Fortune cookie, and in this card you have the egg and the Fortune cookie. I don't know if you could see them, like this side is the egg, this side is the Fortune cookie. And you're weighing them out. It's almost like you're weighing up in your mind. Like, if you look, like, these are what's on the scales. So it's almost like you're weighing up, like, this new beginning and it not being for you. And, like, this new beginning, this new life, new beginning, and it not being for you. Like, do I wait on this offer? Or, like, is this really possible, this new creation? Like, this is, like, creation, like something bursting forth, coming out, a new cycle, a new life, new creation, whatever. Or is it not for me? And the Fortune cookie, like, I know that, like, I'm tired of playing this game on this chessboard. And the funny part that I see now is that, so here's the Not For You, and it was reversed. But see this window? And this is the one with a fortune cookie on the chessboard game. But here, see the window? In your likely future, you have truth be told. And you have this same window. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's the same. It's a window. I think you know that this is not for you, this situation. Like, you've decided you either don't want it anymore or it's not good for you. And you're tired of playing this game, like this back and forth chess game. You're tired of being in a situation that you have to, like, strategize to be in. Like, this isn't your realm. This isn't what you like. You like to be able to feel and be dreamy and just go with the flow of it and enjoy it. Like, you don't want to be in that air type energy. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, in your guys' last video, I think it was you guys, that you had to be, like, in the King and Queen of Swords type energy. I think it was you guys. And you don't want to. Like, you don't want to have to strategize. You don't want to have to be in your head anymore. Like, this illusion, this mask is coming off. And again, there's your hearts in love. And you're seeing the truth. I think this is what most of you are going with. Is not the waiting anymore over, like, being not feeling good over this not new beginning or no communication or whatever. And you're thinking, I don't think this is for me. Like, I need to, like, give up. You either need to give up because it's not making you happy, or you're really starting to look at it and be like, why do I even want this anymore? And you're starting to really see the truth on that. And you're either just knowing this yourself and going on about your way, or you want to tell this person. Which, you know, you have 14, so 4 plus 1 could be, again, change and conflict. Like, I think it's different. I think some of you are going to feel like you're justified in the situation by just going on about your way. And now that you know, and you know the deal of it, like, you're good, you feel whole again, you're like, I don't even want this anymore, so you don't feel like an injustice was done anymore because you're kind of on the same field, the same line they are now. Like, you're like, I just don't want this. So you don't really feel wronged anymore because you're like, it's not really losing if I don't even want it anymore. You know what I mean? And then some of you are going to be like, no, you're still mad. And you're going to want to make sure you tell this person and you let them know what your new truth is. You've found your voice. It'll be interesting, I think, the energy of this too, considering the fact that you do have this checkers board here. You know, chances are with this type of energy that I'm feeling, it's a very back and forth, very codependent, almost could be intense, but game-like energy, codependent energy, a little bit what a lot of people refer to as what happens a lot in twin flame relationships, or at the very least narcissistic ones, where it's that runner-chaser dynamic, the push-pull. It'd be interesting to see what happens with that, and hopefully that doesn't ruin your truth or suck you back in, so be careful of that. Because that should not change your truth. Because if it does come back just from that, and you not taking time to go back in your own, and all of a sudden they start chasing, and you're like, oh good, that worked, I get what I want, and you don't still keep doing what your plan was to do when you first came to them to tell them all this, you're going to end up right back in the situation, just so you know. How you see yourself, it's kind of like sideways. You have the yang sign, or the yang symbol, which is 1. It's about your identity. It's about you. I think it's sideways because I think this is in the movement. Like, it's like this. It just fell literally right in place where it was supposed to go, like this. And I think it's because it's not reversed. You're not completely like, nah, like you're not doing anything or you're not playing anything. But it's not fully upright, like boom. And I think that's because you're still like, this is your future position. You're still moving there. The energy's still going there. So it's almost like it's a wheel, like turning. Like, so now that I say that, I almost get like a wheel vibe with this, where you might literally create like a Wheel of Fortune vibe, where you create a turning of the wheel. You create a shift in this dynamic. If not, you should. By your taking action. And that doesn't just mean going at this person, or not even really fully that. More just within yourself and loving of yourself and doing your own things, like doing things for you. I think you're starting to get some type of vibe or passion or fire kind of pushed within you, you know, because like I said, this is like a fated thing. Something like this is in your environment or how others see you. And this to me says like divine intervention. Sometimes it's about getting things you don't deserve, but I don't see that applied to you here. Not that you don't deserve, but something that like, you know, the verse is getting something because you worked for it, or getting something just because it was divine. You know what I mean? You were blessed. So yes, you might, I don't think it's that you don't deserve it though. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, this is a divine intervention. Like, the divine is guiding you. They are helping you out. They are trying to guide you 2 + 2 = 4 to more stability. This oomph that you're having and all of this going on in a large way is that intervention. Whether you see it as a blessing or not, it is. It's actually getting you more where you actually want to be and how you want to feel. It's up to you whether you want to fight it and be like boo-hoo about it, or whether you want to utilize this energy and this change in your life to get to that emotion you were craving anyways. Because really, like, when you chase after somebody this much, like, let's get real for a second. These energies, and in case you forgot, this is chasing and neediness, and this is not being yourself in order to fit in. These energies, when you do this with somebody, this isn't you desiring them. This isn't you wanting them. This is you feeling something in them that they ignite and help you remember about yourself. Your mind tricks you and makes you think that it's them that you need. No, this person is just a mirror to help you remember that all the stuff that this person ignites in you is sitting in there and you buried it down. It's almost like this person helps like take the seal off that lid that you put on it so long ago, or that you came to this life and forgot about. This person might be the person. Maybe it's a twin flame. Maybe it's just a karmic. But this that's going on is to help you remember who you are and help wake you up. And that intense feeling that you feel when you're around them or think about them or associated to them, that's you. That's you that you feel. That's you that you think about. That's your amazingness. That's your magic. You're just looking in a mirror. They are a mirror. Which means if they're a mirror, it's you. Your mind is fooling you. And this is to help you see that. This is to help you take your glasses off and see the truth. You don't need them. You don't need anybody. The relationship that you need and that you're waiting for is you. That's the truth of this situation. It's helping you to take your mask off and to see yourself and to see the truth of this situation. And that once you see that and that you see that it's you and you grow and you thrive and you come into who you are again. Like I see those, like when you see those Disney cartoons and all the like all the stuff's going about them, like Cinderella when she transforms, like, and all of a sudden she's like, and magical stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm horrible at describing that. But when you go into that and you come into your world then reflects it. And then you will be somebody else's mirror. Hopefully not in a codependent way, but you get what I'm saying. You will then be somebody else's mirror. And they'll see all the things in you that they wish they had and that they're having trouble expressing. This energy, when somebody does stuff like this, I'm telling you, this is a mirror energy that is sitting right here. Which means that what you're looking at, my loved ones, is you. Now you can choose to go the hard way on that and learn that the hard way and keep pushing and pushing and throw yourself down the drain until you find it. And hopefully you can come back. Or you can just go look in the mirror right now and see yourself for who you are. Write down all the things on a piece of paper that you like about this person or situation and all the things you like and hate about this person or situation. And know that this person is mirroring you. So now on the things you don't like, you know what you need to work on. You're either mirroring it in the same way or in an opposite expressed way. And all the things you like about them, you've got all those qualities and more sitting inside of you. You're just having a hard time expressing them. Because A, you have to go through your fear to get to them. Or you just don't see that it's you because your mind is still twisting it on you and projecting it. You're projecting. I always looked at it when I started waking up like I knew this whole process was going to take me in a way to where what I kept seeing in my mind was I was standing there almost like on this little, island thing or whatever. And around me was like a pit of like crocodiles and alligators and just amazingly naturistic things, but things that could like gobble you up, whatever, like things that you're gonna be scared of. And it was just the waters around me were just covered in all those things. And on the other side of that was my higher self. My higher self, or in that self of the form of me in what I had always wanted and envisioned me to be. Maybe even more than I ever even thought I could be with my limited mind. A human limited mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm not limited. The limited human mind. There I am. But on the other side of this is crossing me getting to that. And this journey is about knowing that you either have to walk through that crocodile, alligator, monster, whatever filled waters to get to yourself, but knowing or figuring out along the way that it's an illusion and being like, it doesn't matter. Like, I want that and I'm going to do what it takes to get to it. And you're willing to find a way to get through that stuff just to get to yourself, whether you have to get through it and fight your way there, or whether you have to now strategize. Instead of trying to strategize with this person or situation that's not serving you, you can now take your energy, rest a little bit, build it back up, and now strategize and learn how to build some blocks to build a bridge to go over that and get to yourself. However you need to get there. You either need to use your courage to get there or use your brains to get there. As long as you're sitting in the Queen of friggin' Swords or King of Swords energy, you might as well strategize on how to build a bridge in order to get over this monster-filled water to get to your higher self and the best self you could ever be. And I knew that. I knew it was an illusion. That doesn't make it any less scary. But I knew that that's what this path was putting me on, because I'm on a very similar path. Like I said, I do have a significant amount of Pisces in my chart. Like, I knew that that was going to be an illusion I was going to have to realize and push forth on. And that all these things that were coming up and that were happening were the alligators and the crocodiles and the monsters that were in the water with me standing on that island or whatever you want to call it, with me standing there being like, this isn't working for me anymore and I want something more and I'm going to figure out a way to get it. Whether I push through and say screw you to the monsters in the water and realize they're an illusion, or whether I build a bridge to get over to them, to get to me. But either way, I'm getting to me, because I knew that that was my happiness. That was my salvation. That is my serenity. That is me doing for me what nobody else can do, and getting to a point in my life that I don't need anybody else to do it for me, because I've done it. And anything beyond that is icing on the cake and is mirroring to me the completeness that I have already created for myself. And I think you guys are starting to see that. You're sideways though. You're there. You're moving it. The wheel's starting to turn. So it's like this. I guess it would be like this. But however, I have to say, it's sideways. So let's honor that. Which means it can either continue turning this way, or it can go back and turn back this way. It is up to you, Pisces, what direction you want this Yang card to turn in. And that doesn't mean that if you have to sit back and rest for a minute, that all of a sudden it flips like this. No. It just means you don't get stuck resting. You pull back, reevaluate, re-strategize, pull back your energy, because y'all's energy, I mean, you guys are like sponges. So that means it's like, you know, I always say it's like your energy. It's like you're in a dress and it goes along the floor like a wedding dress, like a train, but it's all around you. It's not just in the back, and everybody's standing on your dress. Everybody. And you've got to literally start to go in, grab your dress, and start to pull it back out from underneath them. And yeah, you might make people mad because you're like, you're knocking off their balance. They were very sturdy standing on your dress. But it's your dress. You need to be standing there with your dress, and they're standing on their own secure footing. Their secure footing should not be your stuff. It shouldn't be based on your well-being or your security or your, structure or strong footing. Everybody's strong footing should be on their own strong footing, but standing beside each other strong. It should not be that this person is strong because they're standing on yours, or you're strong because you're standing on them. This is codependency. This is what it looks like. Nobody's strong because they're intermingled. Strong footing, what's up, how you doing? This is what we're getting to. And you're going to have to pull that dress back to get there. And they're not going to like it because you're upsetting their footing. And they don't realize they've been standing on your dress, but they're going to realize it when you start pulling your dress back. And you keep going. You keep going, Pisces. Because it's up to you which way this turns. What's in your hopes and fears, by the way, don't forget, in your environment, like I said, divine intervention. You are being assisted with this. Do not forget that. Don't let that go to waste. You are being blessed right now. This is a blessing in disguise, even if you don't realize it. So this injustice is not real. It's in your head, just so you know. Watch how you're looking at things. In your hopes and fears, you have the thinker reversed. And you have no place like home. This is like analysis, as I say, analysis paralysis. Paralysis by analysis. Whatever. You get what I'm saying? This is you being stuck because you feel like no matter where you go or what you do, you're not at home. You're also stuck because all the things that you normally do that brings you comfort, and even in your head some false level of comfort and happiness, even though it's not real, you can't do anymore. You're like, your hopes are to not be stuck anymore and continuing to try to do things that are just your same pattern that keep you stuck. It's like, I'm stuck, I keep doing the things that keep me stuck, which brings me back to being stuck again. This is literally a cycle. It's a cycle. when no place like home is reversed, it's asking you to do things that make you feel uncomfortable. Because if you keep doing the same things over and over again that you did before that didn't work, you're just going to keep getting the same results. It's like the definition of insanity by Einstein, I think it was. It's doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. In order to get something new, you've got to do something new. So on one hand, that excites you, or it could excite you because you want something different. I think you're getting tired of this cycle and you're realizing it's not working for you anymore. But on the other hand, that scares you because then you really got to, do more work, find out who you are, and put yourself in uncomfortable situations to find out what works. Because things work in your life until they don't work. And when they don't work, they really don't work. And what worked when you were younger as a child to create these patterns is not working for you anymore. And you're realizing that, and you're like stuck. Or you're fearing being stuck. I mean, newsflash, you're already stuck. You know what I mean? So this again is an illusion. Not to mention, I'd like to say about this card, when I look at this card and it says there's no place like home. Many times, again, you have a lot of fives, numerology fives. I think I said fives, but fives, like change and conflict. But either way, when people say there's no place like home, most people say it's like, it's your family, it's your loved ones, it's the things you love, it's your house, your job, it's whatever, your pets. When I think of there's no place like home, you know, because it's usually like what you love. To me, when I think of there's no place like home, I think of what's in here. It's literally where your heart is. It's inside you. Because anything at any time could change in your life. Anything. Your parents, your kids, your animals, your job, your house. At any time, any of that can change. And if your home is not where your heart is, I think that was the saying. It said there's no place like home. It's the saying when people ask that, it's home is where the heart is. What does that mean? So let me fix that. Home is where the heart is people say it's like their job, it's their house, it's their animals, all that. Home is where their heart is literally where your heart is. So then no matter what happens in your life, although sad and unfortunate sometimes, you're still home. You're still balanced. You're still within yourself. If who you are and your balance is derived on your external, even kids, that does not matter. You being a mom does not mean your stability should be based on your kids or their well-being. Yes, it's something you're going to worry about and try to help them with, but you should have your own balance. You should be there for you first. Because A, you can help them better that way, and B, because this is still your journey to navigate whether they're here or not. When you make home where your heart is, it doesn't matter what happens in your external world, in your 3D world. Because your main structure and stability will be there because it's within you. That is what people should think of when they say home is where the heart is. Not in the external things you love, but in your internal and hopefully aligned being. And again, I think in a way that excites you, and I'm sure that scares you because of the journey that you have to go through. And you might think that it's going to be uncomfortable, it's going to hurt, but you're already hurting. You're already in an uncomfortable situation. You're already stuck. This isn't fearing what's to come. You're already in it. Like newsflash, you're already in it. You might as well do the work while you're here. What is the point of building something up and feeling better only to have the crash again and be in this place to have to realize you still have to do the work? Just do it while you're here. Don't fear the hurt. You've already been hurting. You're hurting now. You've already been hurting. You're absorbing other people's hurt. You might as well do it for something that's going to give back to you. Something that's going to give you the type of emotion that you imagine and dream about when you daydream. That feeling you daydream about is possible. But what your mind is telling you that it is a lie. It's time to go back to the drawing board. It's time to go back within. Pull all of your energy, pull all of your gifts, pull all of the amazing things you have about you back to you, and stop letting them steal it from you or mislead you on how it's value or that it's important. Those are for you to utilize and to distribute as necessary, but in a way that you can give and not drain yourself to do it. It is to embark and help you and push you on your journey. You can help others without giving your stuff away. They're to help you learn how to do that. They weren't given to you to give away. They were given to you to use as a combo, to know how in your way to be able to help others while maintaining your stuff and just helping others by being in your compassion and your wishful, hopeful thinking, that bringing hope back to this world where all people see is negativity and failure. To see love and patience and compassion, unconditional love. By leading by example, by helping others to absorb their energy and being strong enough to be one of those people, because you know how to filter that through your own, that you know how to help them learn how to filter that. Because not a lot of people can do that. Not a lot of people have that ability to be able to filter that level of emotions. That is a gift Pisces has easily. It's in their nature. And when you can learn to do that and learn your boundaries, then one of your greatest gifts is to be able to hold somebody's hand and say, even if I don't understand what you're going through, although I most likely do, I'm here with you without judgment. And I will help you process this and you work through this. And if not, and they're just wanting to push it onto you, much love, but you keep your boundaries and you move. Use it in the proper way it was given to you. Don't think that if you don't take other people's pain or uncomfortability, that you're not going to be allowed in their tribe. That you're not going to belong, that they're not going to want you around. They will want you around. They'll want you around in a stronger way, and if they don't, you will be led to the ones that do. You will be led to the ones who want to actually learn it for themselves, instead of trying to stop responsibility on their end and just push it onto other people with lack of consideration. What is in your likely future? You have Imagine reversed, and you have Loyal Heart. So again, Imagine is like, here's you imagining, like seeing above, seeing the possibilities, and almost in a dreamlike state. Being able to imagine. And this is reversed. You're starting to really see the truth. Like I said, your likely future is truth be told. Your likely outcome is Imagine reversed and Loyal Heart. You're now starting to really see more clearly what you really want, what this connection does or doesn't mean to you, and the truth of the bond and loyalty of this. You're now starting to see it more realistically. Whether it's, yes, it's been real, like, yes, it's good for you, but you've just kind of been seeing it in a little dreamlike, not really true kind of way, and you've been making things more difficult. Or whether you've been dreaming that this is loyal, and you've been thinking this whole other story you've been telling yourself about how amazing this connection is, and you now, like, see the truth. You're now starting to really see reality about this. Because you're starting to really see within yourself, you're starting to see your worth. However you get there, you're now starting to see a little bit more realistically about this situation. Like you're not like just daydreaming about it anymore. That doesn't mean you're not like romantic or anything like that. It just means maybe you created a better balance between hope and imagination, and romanticism and reality. And you either realize what you can do to make this more like that, whether you've been causing problems within it due to your perception being off, or whether you seeing what this is for what it really is, and you just being like, no, like this is what I want. I know that for sure. Like that's the reality. This is what I want. I want this type of bond. And I want someone to be like loyal, just like I am to them. 35, 3 + 5, 8, like maybe even something that's like divine, like you're wanting a divine partnership. Again, some of you might be twin flames, some could just be soulmates. Either way, you want something that is a higher value, more divine, something that's going to be like up there with you with now what you know you have to offer and what to give, and you just don't want any of that crap. You want someone to bring it, just like you've been bringing it. Whether you realize it's this person or not, or whether it's you're going to have to wait. Either way, I'm really getting the vibe here about like working on yourself. Like, don't just go shoot into something else. Like, it's about working on yourself and finding this within yourself. Create this balance within yourself so that it's mirrored in your 3D, your physical reality. Like, you want someone that you guys hold the keys to each other's hearts. And that there's loyalty there. You always only have eyes for each other. There's wisdom and communication that is shared. Love that is shared. That growing old together kind of love. Maybe even not to get too romantical here because we're being in reality, remember, but like The Notebook, you know, like something that's just that connection. Yes, they went through some hard times. Hopefully that leads to this. But if not, you're willing to see things more for what they really are. And, you know, hell, let's face it, even in the movie The Notebook, they had to walk away from each other at points. They had to grow up at points. You know you need to walk away from this, whether it's right now or forever. And that doesn't even really matter because you know what you have to do right now. All you have to think about is being in the present moment. The universe will take care of the rest. You just do the best you can do and what's right for you in the present moment. So let's try to wrap this up real quick. Before I get to your kind of guidance cards or whatever, it's really kind of weird because I'm gonna show you some that really flip-flopped on me. And I'm like, whoa, what is this? I mean, but then when I pulled clarifiers, it turned. So that might be also an energy that's going on here, is things presenting as one thing, and then something else happens, like something just like it switches. So that might be again an energy here going on within this dynamic. But either way, let's pull it out real quick. I'm gonna wrap this up for you guys because I know your other video was like super long, so I want to give you one a little bit better on time. Ace of Cups reversed, right? Followed by Knight of Cups. Okay, you following me? Facing the Knight of Swords. Okay, are you still following me? The Magician, which leads to the Ten of Cups, which leads to the Lovers. It's kind of beautiful. I don't know, because let me hold them up together to show you a story. Ace of Cups. Something didn't work. Somebody offers. Here's these two facing each other. Here's your first line. Second line, Magician, Ten of Cups, Lovers, You know? Almost seems like whatever this was ended up well. Now, I get different things from this. Some people, something didn't go well. Some of love, situation, whatever. Two people come together. One making either an offer, an apology, a hey, let's talk. And you're like, yeah, I want to friggin' talk to you. Or they're like, I want to talk to you. And that's able to manifest what you guys really want and a union coming together. For other people, and this is what I'm feeling for most of you, this love situation that didn't happen, this is the clarifier for it, lovers reversed. Some decision was made by somebody. Obviously, self-love didn't happen either. That's a given in this whole thing. But some start of a relationship or situation or something, communication, situation, love, didn't happen. You could have either taken a step forward and given an offer, and somebody responded to you with this energy. Either somebody just having a lot to say, real quick thinking or whatever. Or you're waiting on this offer. And while you've been waiting on this offer, you've figured out all this truth I've been talking about. And so now that you have and you realize this, the energy almost switches. Like I said, it shifts that energy like on this chessboard. And you've got a lot of stuff to say. Truth be told. So this could either be you speaking your truth or somebody else. That either you see it and you're telling them, or somebody is coming to you and they're speaking a truth. And now that makes it where you now see the truth. I kind of get it. It's for both. It doesn't matter who's who here. Two people are coming together or have come together to talk or do something. And I think a truth has came from this. Almost a break of an illusion, probably for both of your parts. When you go down to the Magician here, to clarify that, you have the Four of Swords and you have the Queen of Pentacles. So this Magician is actually about somebody coming into their power. This is about now they know. They've healed. They took some time back. They've pulled back. They've thought about things. They've meditated on things. They've taken some me time. They've re-strategized. They've thought about things. They're now more gathered. They now know what they want to do. They now know their value. Now know their own value, but what they value in their life. And that's what they're starting to now manifest. Now they know where to go forward. Because of this truth that was talked about and realization that was had on one or both parties' ends, now we know where to manifest things. You have the Ten of Cups. This Ten of Cups is clarified by the Five of Pentacles reversed. Because now you know where to go. Now you know what to manifest to bring you the Ten of Cups. So now you know what to bring to not be left out in the cold. But also because of all this that has transpired, you're able to come out of this Five of Pentacles reversed energy, like Five of Pentacles energy, and build emotional satisfaction for yourself. You now have a more clear insight of what you want to create this Ten of Cups 5. Due to this level, whatever truth came out here between you two. And you have the Lovers. Maybe head over heart decision. It could be union. To clarify this, you have Judgment reversed. And you have King of Cups. Could be somebody wasn't awakened enough, so this has to be put on hold while you go on your way. But I get it like, I don't know, maybe this new beginning didn't come because at this moment in time, this truth came about to take a process for both of you guys to become emotionally stable. Whether you stay apart and stay emotionally stable, or you go apart for a minute to work on yourselves, to build this emotional stability within yourselves. I almost get this vibe, and you know, I think, you know, there was defensiveness, there was being guarded, holding back, trying to remain like secure and all that. King of Pentacles, ego, there's hurt, you know, whatever. I almost get this vibe from these cards too for some of you that like this is literally a cycle. So, you know, there was something that didn't start up. You guys are going to come together, have some type of talk or fight. Someone's going to be trying to be more loving about it. Someone's going to be a little bit more like, no, this is what I say, like, about it. It could be aggressively or it could not be. It's read differently. Sometimes you'll be like, this is really aggressive and fast. And some people are like, no, this is really aggressive and fast. So it may not be. It might just be someone knows really what to think. They have their thoughts together now and they're coming towards you because they've got their thoughts together. So either this is you going towards somebody else, or here's you and, you know, you're putting out an offer and they've got their thoughts together now. And I just think one or both of you are somewhat enlightened by a certain level of truth here. Something where you guys see things differently. Like that whole misperception or that illusion is I think it's wrapped up for both of you. And you both have been able to heal and adjust your perception and come back together and more in your power and more in your value and what you want. And know where now you want to manifest and go forward. And it may be where you guys do end up coming back together for some of you, but it may be that you guys have to come together, have this happen, and go back apart and really think about things and think about, you know, what has transpired, what truths have been told that might rock your world and your mind for a minute and kind of shatter your reality for a second. I mean, you really think about things. And like I said, now you see things more clearly about this connection. Either this connection, what you really want, what you don't want, what you need to do, what you don't need to do, whatever. Like I think you and this other person see things more clearly, especially if you're bringing your truth. And if they're bringing theirs, you better make sure you bring yours. Don't be the only one letting somebody else bring their truth. I think for some people, you're the Knight of Cups, and for others, and that's obvious, so you're the others are the Knight of Swords. I think this might actually be both of you. I mean, it's obviously both of you, but I think both of you are taking on both of those energies. I also see, too, with this Judgment reversed, this might be exactly like I was just saying. Now that I'm looking at it, it might be a delayed for the lovers to allow you both to come together, speak your truth, do all this stuff, get through this illusion, let your mind re-wrap around it, reformulate a new reality for you guys to see things more on the same page. And this reunion or awakening might be delayed in order for both of you guys to more get emotionally balanced before possibly this union can happen. Because you have to be balanced within yourself first. This might truly be really a spiritual relationship going on here. Some of you, it's not going to come back together. Some of you, it's going to come back together, but it's got to come back together, see reality, because both you guys are, like, what, even if you view yourself above them or they view themselves above you, you're both knights. You are actually both on the same level. You're just not seeing things the same. Their perception is off and your perception is off. And it's almost like, you know, there's no truth. Like, your truth is, like, the only truth is, I don't know, what's the saying? There's 3 truths to every situation: your truth, their truth, and the absolute truth. And even then, there's no absolute truth. It's all still perception and reality, whatever you build. But either way, it's more right. Because you're over here like, no, this is what I think. You're like, no, this is what I think. And now, like, literally, it's almost like this vibe of a coming together of truths. So that now you guys know where to manifest. Because you both want the same thing. What's unsure about it is their perception of what this looks like. And your perception of what this looks like. And if both y'all's perceptions are different on what it looks like, then you get a whole lot of this back and forth, like, bullcrap, you know? But this kind of clears it up. It clears it up, at least for the most part. And it helps your perception be more in line. Hopefully. And that's where this truth be told in this imagination reverse with loyal heart is coming in. I think you guys are both really more seeing the truth now. And I think you're going to come together and go back apart to go over all this again. And I don't think this judgment may not happen. It may not come back together. But I think you guys are going to have to go through a little awakening from this happen. There's going to be another little one, a little enlightenment. But this is delayed so that emotional balance and stability can come first before this decision is made. Inner balance has to happen before the outer balance. This energy needs to go away and be worked through before this can come. Before you can get, like, your partner, like, there's the Queen of Pentacles, here's the King of Pentacles, and, like, get what you want. Like, this, the hurt and everything needs to be gone over. You guys aren't on the same page. And I think something's coming to where you do. In your Oracle cards, you have Maenad, I don't know, Madness, Ecstatic Ritual, Energy Release, Free Will, Sovereignty, Independence, Free Spirit, Enlightenment, Inspiration, Epiphany, Innovation. Like, that's exactly what I was saying. Like, this causes some type of, like, exactly like this energy. It's going to cause, I get, like, this tower vibe. Exactly like this building blocks. And he's going to tear some stuff down to see what cracks are in the foundation so you could build a stronger foundation. And it's going to cause a type of, like, madness, like an energy release. You also have jealousy, envy, punishment, changing course. Like, this is going to cause some type of madness or energy release. Something's going to chaos and then come down. There's going to be independence, free will, a going away, parting again, which is going to cause epiphanies and inspiration. And the only thing I really get from this card is like a death, a transformation, and a changing course. Which will bring on the call of the night, daring, adventure, excitement, ecstasy, yielding, rapture, bliss. Call for help, admit your needs, eternal youth, energy, newness, vitality. Supernatural, miraculous, otherly, worldly. The last day of the night, unexpected endings, surprise changes, sudden shifts. Yeah, there's going to be a complete shift with this. I don't know which way it's going to go. Some of you guys are going to stay apart. Some are going to come together. But there's going to be coming together here and going apart. Some of you are going to get epiphanies and knowing now you need to go. And some of you are going to, it's going to come back once emotional stability and this new perception is gathered. But in the meantime, after this truth is talked about, you guys tell the truth. Integrity is the key to living an authentic life. relaxation, allow yourself to be lazy. It's okay to do nothing. Rejuvenation, get a good night's sleep, rejuvenate your body, mind, and spirit. Passion, resurrect a childhood dream, let your passion take flight. I think once this truth is told, you guys are going to pull back to relax and go over this all in your head so that you guys can transform in the meantime. And she's on a boat. Boats are about like mentally moving forward. You could be traveling to see somebody too, but I get this like mentally moving forward after, you know, kind of some trials, tribulations, and chaos. And allowing this to rejuvenate you. Release patterns. It's going to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. And this passion is going to come back. You're going to start to be able to dream again, but in a better way that serves you. And you're going to get some passion comes back, whether it's for this person, a zest for life. That child wakes up in you again. And now you know how to do your thing. And you could do your thing with independence. Look at this. Like I said, the butterfly here. She's relaxing and going in her mind and thinking about all that transpired in order to transform that butterfly, right? To release patterns and get her passion back. And here she is. Independent now, not dependent on anybody for her happiness. She is passionate. And now she's not looking at that butterfly like, I can't wait to transform and change. She has her own friggin' butterfly wings. Like, she knows what is up, and it's like she's like about to come off this cliff. Like the Fool vibe. This card has like the Fool vibe, like a new beginning. Like, see, she's walking towards the end of the cliff. Something blossomed. Like, I don't know if you could see in this card, but she just looks like dreamy and hopeful and happy, and like she just has everything she wants. Like, she's transformed. And the other cards that are for you, is I honor my health by resting, eating well, and moving every day. I give myself the gift of deep and restful sleep every night. So you guys have a lot about taking care of yourself, resting, sleeping, relaxing. You've got a lot of things that are coming for you guys to think about. You've got a lot of truths and mental clarity coming your way. Let's do one more thing and then we're done. Healing crystal card. Either way, it's looking up no matter what it turns out like. So just ride this wave, like ride it as things kind of, because it's bringing you to good places. It's for good things for you. Oh, you got Eye of the Storm. Exactly like I was just saying. Turquoise. Eye of the Storm. Safe haven. Eye of the Storm is a safe haven for your soul. A calm center no matter what upheavals may occur. A life support system during stressful times or serious illness. Hold on to it during challenges so that you keep things in perspective. You may be allowing the challenges and traumas of life to push you off center. Stress and pressure are a major cause of your dis-ease. You could be focusing too closely on one aspect of life to the detriment of others. Look at the wider picture. Time to relax and let go of your stress. Stay mindful rather than watchful. Excess adrenaline adversely affects your immune system. Switch on the positive potential in your cell walls. Meditate quietly to rejuvenate your DNA. You could stay centered and calm no matter what storm rages around you. Exactly like I said. Remember I was talking about this and I said home is where the heart is. Make sure you really focus and meditate on that, and home is where the heart is. That way you're always at peace. You're always here no matter what's going on around you. All right, turquoise, true riches. And then we're done. A copper-based stone attracting good fortune since antiquity. Turquoise was popular for protective amulets, sacred to Hathor, Venus, and to Buddha. It linked earth and sky and made a potent love charm. Your pathway is one of self-realization, absolutely. Qualities you cultivate now drive your spiritual evolution forward. Draw on your karmic wisdom and past life skills. Release vows that no longer serve you and speak what used to be unspeakable. Watch your health and avoid polluted environments. Brilliant success and happiness are coming. Fortune favors you. You navigate the way forward with sure-footed confidence, but watch your personal safety and deal with problems immediately. Good friends accompany you. You are in the spotlight and others rely on you. Your true riches lie not in the bank, but in your heart. Like both of these confirm, like uphold what I was saying about home is where the heart is. But anyways, I hope this really helps you guys. Stay strong through this. Know this is a process. This is divine intervention that's happening right now. It is for your own good and it will get better. Just don't resist it and not look within yourself and just focus on everything else. Like if you do that, it's not going to work for you. Like do the work, rest, rejuvenate, take care of yourself, watch your diet, meditate, sleep well. Like just don't focus on other things right now. Focus on yourself. Allow this cycle to happen, especially since you're going to need your strength. You're going to need your strength because you've got some more things coming that are going to further transform your mind. If you've already went through one a little bit, you got another one coming. If you haven't, you got a perspective shift that's coming your way. So take care of yourself and take it easy. And don't be stuck in a victim mind frame. Sometimes things look chaotic and crazy just to get us where we need to be. I love you guys. Just so you know, I should have said this in the beginning, and I haven't updated my description box and all that. Just because I was taking it more slow and I have a lot of things going on, but I am doing personal readings. So if you guys do, just email me. Again, like, share, subscribe. I don't think I said that in the beginning. But either way, like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell. Really comment. Let me know what you guys think. Does this, tell me about your story. Does this resonate? I guess you can tell me if it doesn't resonate. It doesn't really matter. But just let me know. Let me know you guys' story and what you guys think. Also, another thing I thought of that I never really said before, but when people comment too, just as a side note, it puts their energy into it, which is why I don't really want a lot of negativity. So if you guys are, I don't want that. But when you put your energy in, it does go along with me and my channel and helps me also pick up on it, more likely when I'm reading. So there is that thought too of why that also helps out when you share your thoughts and your stories, just as a side note. But either way, to those of you who have supported me and my channel by commenting, liking, share, subscribe, for those of you who have donated monetarily to my channel to help keep this going and keep the energy going of giving and taking, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. But the support I have gotten from everybody has been amazing, and I thank you guys so much. I hope you guys are doing good through the eclipses. We've got, by the time I'm making this, we have one left. So just keep riding that wave. All right? I love you guys. I'll see you soon.